Now, I will today talk about uh, about article published recently in Environmental Impact Assessment in 2024, volume 105. It is entitled Spatial Temporal Analysis and Mitigation Potential of Greenhouse Gases Emissions from the Livestock Sector in Turkey. The work is written by Professor Sedat Yacinkaya from the Department of Environmental Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, Marmara University in Turkey. The greenhouse gas emissions, which are arising, are global concern with the livestock industry playing significant role in Turkey as such a livestock population has led to 36% increase in greenhouse emissions. All the calculation was given according to sheep, goat, and bovine and poultry. The increasing population, increasing consumption patterns leads to increased greenhouse emissions. Various sectors contributing to these emissions, the livestock sector stands as a significant direct source of methane from the killing fermentation and with methane and anaerobic digestion and sometimes other kinds. The cattle population increased for the living demand of humans 59% and increasing therefore 36% of greenhouse gas emission. The rapidity of emission increased in agriculture from 11 to 14. Besides greenhouse gas emission, improper disposal of livestock, manure, or direct usage in farmers is also one of the major problems threatening freshwater resources. A new legislation restricting the direct application of livestock manure onto soil was activated, but in practice yet. The primary pathways of emission within the livestock sector, the entire fermentation, which mainly release methane and manure management system, which emit both methane and nitrous oxide. Enteric fermentation performs the digestive process that occurs in ruminants, where bacteria and fungi found in the food stock as a part of the digestive system of common ruminants break down and ferment the eaten plant food. Methane and carbon dioxide replaced as a result of enteric fermentation moved from manure. And the choice of manure management system can be direct emissions. It contribute to various forms of nitrogen loss from the system. The significance of these emissions are as underscored by their linkage to livestock steppe, quantities and management practices, demanding nuanced understanding of spatial temporal variations for accurate estimations and targeted mitigation efforts. A collection of studies has delved into past spatial analysis concerning livestock manure greenhouse gas emissions and mitigation potential. We will examine greenhouse gas emissions at a provincial scale in Turkey, suggesting a potential 1.30 reduction of emissions through anaerobic digestion. Similarly, it was mapped biogas production potential correlating with its substantial abatement at province level. Over is G's greenhouse spaced uh, geographically spaces models to assess a centralized biogas stock distribution. This study shows the more conducted detailed district level analysis identifying emerging hotspots lacking biogas infrastructure. While there have been some studies in various countries, the Professor explored emissions from livestock and proposed mitigation measures in several ways. First, it offers the the highly spatial temporal analysis of greenhouse gas emission across the Europe, the level of granularity that allows to more precise understanding of emissions. This level of detail crucial for policymakers and stakeholders to target specific regions and develop tailored mitigation strategies. Second study incorporates a scenario-based approach to assess the potential emission reduction achievable through anaerobic digestion. This approach goes beyond merely identifying emissions and offers actionable insights into how specific management practices such as anaerobic digestion can mitigate greenhouse gas emissions. This practical aspect of the research is valuable for informing sustainable livestock management policies and practices in Turkey. This research provided a solid foundation for evidence-based decision-making and targeted intervention to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the livestock sector, addressing a critical environmental challenge and supporting sustainable across practices in Turkey. The study was conducted in 4 consecutive steps. The first step is data collection, was followed by estimation of greenhouse gas emissions through a scenario-based analysis. The third step goes into spatial pattern mining for greenhouse gas emission for livestock data was conducted. The spatial thermal analysis approach, similar to autos, conducted that spatially most the analysis for green energy production potential from livestock manual in Turkey. Energy production from anaerobic digestion was calculated at the district level of 970 degree statistic for 30 times state between 2013 and 2019. Livestock manual was undertaken 66 diseases were identified as emerging hotspots, while only 23rd of them have paraspots. The major difference between two studies is that energy production for livestock manual through anaerobic digestion was investigated in the published study. The research area covers the oldest things with Turkey bridges between Europe and Asia. It is peninsula with 3 sides covered by sea, Black Sea, North Aegean Sea, and the Mediterranean Sea in the south. The country consists of 81 provinces and 970 districts. Its population is approximately 85 billion according to 2021. 21. The northwestern part of country has most of 25% of population, while the eastern part is least populated region. According to the bovine animal and sheep cows are sheep are the animal. Sheep are 17.2 and goat is 56 billion animals, which makes Europe the largest livestock country. The livestock population corresponds to large greenhouse gas emissions as given in numbers in the introduction. The most common livestock manual management practice is direct application to soil. Anaerobic digestion of livestock manure is not widespread in Turkey, despite its livestock manure potential. There is only 63 biogas plants utilizing livestock manure, with an average power capacity of 3 megawatts in Turkey. Accurate spatial estimation of greenhouse gas emission for livestock manure is essential because of its geographically distributed sources. This precise assessment at a spatial level is vital for planning greenhouse gas emission mitigation strategies, including the optimal siting and sizing of local biogas facilities. Detailed spatial analysis aids decision makers in reducing transport distances and associated carbon dioxide emission, enabling more sustainable management practices for livestock manure. These rates area were obtained from the General Directorate of Mapping at 3 different levels: country, province, and district. Livestock population was gathered from Turkish Statistical Institute at district level for 8 years, between 2019 and 2030. Greenhouse emission was result primarily from methane emissions produced by enteric contamination as well methane and nitrogen oxide emission arising from livestock manure management systems. Carbon dioxide emissions were excluded from considered cysts. Annual net carbon dioxide are presumed to be negligible due to photosynthesis process in plant absorbing carbon dioxide. Only the part of carbon is converted to methane. It is considered to by greenhouse gas estimation. Two scenarios were developed to evaluate the emissions reduction that can be greenhouse gas emission was which considered the baseline presentation current scenario was developed mitigation scenario through anaerobic digestion as a manual system. A second tool was to make a decision maker how common biogas plants would have this issue. The biogas emission which is a digestive process of herbivores, regardless of many management practices. The format emission for enteric fermentation are calculated only for ruminants, cattle, buffalo, sheep, and goats in the same fraction. The livestock species number of total livestock species, methane emissions are calculated using equations. The emission factors are calculated for different manual cell management system and livestock species. The greatest manual emissions can occur during storage and treatment of manure, if an anaerobic decomposition occurs. Anaerobic conditions can develop when there is a high concentration of livestock in confined spaces, such as dairy poultry farms, and when manure is stored in liquid-based systems like lagoons and pits. If aerobic conditions can be maintained during the storage and the treatment of manure, less methane will be emitted. Aerobic conditions are more likely when it's designated pasturing regions, where the middle system livestock use selection uh, of emission factors parameters for cattle, sheep, goat developing countries. The scenario of the manure profits assumes that to be treated in anaerobic digestion. The storage of livestock, water process such as fertilizing produce of dinitrogen oxide. Direct emissions are release and nitrification of nitrogen, which is contained with livestock manure. Nitrogen oxide emissions are negligible in aerobic digestion due to the absence of oxidase entering the system. Therefore, efficiency factors take into insects too. So indirect ammonia occur for ammonia and nitrogen oxide manual storage. The mean values on the corresponding steps are assessed through rank correlation conducted separately for each relation. If the value in the first step is less than the next time step, the result is the result is -1. The statistical importance is determined with comparison of the expected score as the calculated score using z-scores and p-values. Smaller p-values represent statistically important change in value. If there is a significant rise in the trend, the result is a positive z-score. If there is the decrease in trend, the z becomes negative. Emerging hotspots identifies the variation over specified intervals of time and space of each specified location, identifies cluster of hot and or cold spot. Density analyses were carried out at the district level to assess both dispersion and magnitude greenhouse gas emissions from livestock manual management and enteric using data. Total greenhouse gas emissions from the livestock sector in Turkey was estimated at 66,000 gigatons per year, an increase 30% from 2013. Greenhouse gas emissions from daily work doesn't change by manufacture. Therefore, the same amounts estimated for both scenarios 39 gigatons. In conclusion, the province gives the study used stimulation and showed that in case of the second that twice less emissions. The special trends, the trends identify 20 emissions per year, more than 13 in 20 years, if not biogas plant used. Greenhouse gas nitrogen degrees were respectively 97 and 100 degrees in steps. In hot the density allows fermentation and 40,000 gigatons carbon dioxide, and methane emissions were uh, just 2,700, so 19 times lower. The greenhouse emissions from the streak of livestock management constitute total greenhouse emission from the livestock sector. Notably, economic digestion this 66 demonstrated a potential to reduce total greenhouse emission by 6%. Therefore, policymakers can develop policies such as financial subsidies, regulated framework to facilitate and develop dynamic digestion facilities. Besides, policymakers can align their findings. The broader environment goals, including national journals, should be included. The study makes contribution. It provides insights, especially trends, density analysis from livestock sector. Moreover, this study can be used as reference for researcher and policymakers. So thank you very much for listening to me to of my study of the study of Professor Yachin Kaya. Thank you very much for listening.